I guess if nothing else, it's getting you ready for the conditions you're going to see in Washington, D.C., isn't it?
No, it's actually been a little colder here than what I was used to back up north. Yesterday was brutal with the wind.
Is it good for the team to be able to experience conditions like this? Because the military bowl is going to be cold.
Yeah, this is definitely going to work well preparing our team because it's going to be cold up there. You know, it could be at most, I'm going to say, about 45 degrees. It's probably going to be around 35. It's going to be pretty chilly.
You talked about when you heard that Maryland's team were facing. What went through your mind?
I just kind of laughed to myself because before I left there, I was talking to my buddies over there, and I was like, you know, it'd be pretty funny if we ended up playing each other in a bowl game. That was about six to 8 months ago. Talking about that, and now it's actually come true. It's pretty funny.
Is it a little bit extra in your foot to want to go up there and beat those guys, especially there?
Yeah, that would be nice. I just feel self-accomplished if I could get that done, but. Just see what happens.
Lay out a perfect scenario for the bowl game. It's a selfish scenario. Give me one.
Selfish scenario?
Yeah.
Well, then I have to go. We're down 2, and there's about 3 seconds left, and they kick like a 40-plus yard field goal. Have Friesian ice me, and then I make it again.
What's the mood of the guys right now? Are you guys feeling pretty good, loosey-goosey?
Yeah. We're pretty upbeat. It's a little cold, but I'd say spirits are pretty high right now.
Going into the holidays, you get a little bit of a break, but then it's right back to football. Is that disruptive as far as the holidays go? You're just glad to be playing.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you have to know what you're getting into. So, I mean, you can't expect to have all your holidays and all that. It's something you have to sacrifice to be on this team.
And seeing a receiver of the caliber of Torrey, you got to be looking forward to going head-to-head against that guy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good receiver. You tip your hat off to a guy like that. Always on the field, always making plays, and he's a leader on this offensive end. So I'm gonna look forward to going up against him.
It's gonna be cold up there at the Military Bowl. Is it nice that you guys have had a little bit of it this week to kind of get used to it?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday we went out there. The wind was cutting. It seemed like it didn't get no colder than that. So that's a good warm-up for DC. So when we go down there, we'll be ready for it.
You guys had a long time to work with Maryland. You got a lot of things you can look at defensively or against them anyway. Do you feel good about what we're looking at?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the play calls, they stand the same. Guys are doing a lot better job, executing the play calls. I mean, we did a real good job of, taking the blame off of the coaches and throwing it back on ourselves within the team. And leaders stepped up this week, and I mean, it's going to show when we get up there in D.C.
I know there's one thing this team has had accountability to each other. When the defense didn't do something right, you got Mitchell apologizing to Lincoln. You got the player. Nobody has ever pointed a finger on this team for anything that ever went wrong, and nobody gets too high.
Yeah.
Is that something that comes from Coach Ruff all the way down?
Yeah, definitely. We treat this like a family. It's not an organization with us. It's more a family-oriented base. So, within the family, you don't point the finger at each other. You look at the man in the mirror and you try to fix the problem. So that's what we're doing down here in Greenville.
And it's yet another ACC team. This would be I think the only time we've ever played 4 ACC teams in the same season. You talk about going up against yet another one, and then the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good challenge. ACC teams, they supposedly got, the top of the best of the best. And, coming from a school like ECU, you want to go against the best of the best because we don't get as much credit as those schools. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to the challenge. I know my teammates looking forward to the challenge, and I think we'll respond very well.
Having already faced Carolina State and Tech, and it makes it a little bit easier knowing that you've stood toe-to-toe against the best in the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, we know we can play with them. When we get out there, we know that it's blocking, tackling, fundamentals. It goes back to the fundamentals. When we play 11-man football, we're a hard defense to score against. But when we, get out of place and guys don't do the right things, then it becomes harder. So we just got to stick together and play as one.